We would like to take a few minutes now for some questions. So our presenters will come right down to the front, and if you do have a question, please speak loudly. We'll try to do it without a microphone if we can. And again, we have Amelia and Danielle, and we have Ava and Kiana.
I'm still learning, but I've started my freshman year and I'm still not fluent. So yeah, it takes a lot of practice because if you don't practice for some time, you will lose it. So.
This is a general question, but do you have any plans to continue your project in the future? Just to everyone.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to go back to other high schools for this project, but I do think that I'm going to continue the sort of research portion in terms of learning more about film and television and how it affects not only the LGBTQ community, but people of color, disabled people, mental health. So I'm really interested in inclusion on screen in general.
So our app stays on the App Store for this whole year. And if we get money, then we will keep it on there for as long as possible. But I think I can say I will continue with just, broadcasting mental health issues. And I would like to learn some coding, but again, that takes months to understand. So I would just continue with just the editing portion of the graphics of our app.
Similar to Ava, I definitely want to continue with media representation. Working with the deaf community was really enlightening, and I think that, similar to your project, that they're not represented enough in media. And also for my digital media project, we're still continuing to make videos and add them to our YouTube channel. So subscribe to Open Ears for more content.
So yeah, so in our research what we found was that there's different chord progressions. Do you know that screeching sound that's made when you put your nails on the whiteboard? Those sounds your body actually doesn't like. And you won't actually just get sad or depressed, but you'll just have an aversion to it and you'll feel uncomfortable. Or like when there's creepy music and in a horror movie, some people would be like, oh, I don't mind it. Others would be really scared. So there's many reactions to music. However, the study of music has just began, so we can't actually say, will you get sad or will you have a negative effect, but we can actually say that your body does have a reaction, but it's unique to every single person.
Did you take a computer science course or anything?
Yeah, so I have taken, I took Scratch, okay, that's for the coders in the room, they're like, what? No, so I didn't know any Xcode going into this project. I've done like a very, very bare minimum sense. They have this tutorial, I don't know if anyone knows about this, but it's like a food app tutorial, and I did that about halfway through 2 summers or so ago, so I had to learn Xcode while making this application, and that was very difficult. So I'm definitely proud of how far I've come along with learning how to code. That's one of the best parts, I think, for this from my own personal experience. Yeah.
What is the biggest struggle that you all have in your project?
For me, I guess it was kind of planning. It was a lot of experimental pieces, and the language barrier was also tough because when I would have interviews or meet with the deaf community, I'm not fluent, so I would need someone to either translate the footage, like when you saw Megan, I had someone translate what she was saying as she was signing, or like at the social mixer, I was a little nervous because we didn't have a translator on site, so I wasn't sure if the girls were going to be able to socialize with one another, but it ended up working out and they just texted each other back and forth. So there was just that language, conquering that language barrier for my project was kind of difficult.
It's either the editing process, because it takes a while, and I've never edited a project this big, or getting the interviews with people, because while once I actually was in the room with people, they opened up, they were very passionate about talking about this, but finding time in the schedules of high schoolers can be very difficult for no matter what school you're at. So that was definitely a struggle.
We had a couple. Our biggest one was that Amalia plays soccer, and in the fall she had a concussion, and that set us back because Amalia is the only one in our group that knows how to code. So once she stopped working, I kind of was just like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Because all the other STEM capstone groups, they were busy with their project. So it was definitely working with her and making sure that she was putting her health first, because she's a very determined person, and making sure that even though I love her for coding, I need her to be actually like alive and working, and I would like her to take the time off. I know, I'm so considerate. But that was like the biggest one for me.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you very much to all of our presenters. Fantastic projects and fantastic presentations.